Good morning, children. So, in the previous class, we have studied the secondary division or secondary growth in in dicot stem. Today, we are going to do some of the definition, and then we'll do secondary growth in roots. Okay. So, some definitions are there like springwood and autumn wood. What is this? What is meant by this? During the secondary growth, when the secondary growth take place in the temperate region where the season changes, we see that during the summer the metabolic activities are more prominent, and during winter the metabolic activity greatly reduces. So in the spring, that is the summer, that is the in spring season, the cambium activity is very active and produces large number of xylem elements and having vessels with wider cavity, large size. Okay, so when they are large in size, the color become light. Okay, the wood formed during this season are called spring wood or early wood. Okay, the light color wood, light color bands or rings which are seen when we cut the stem. Okay, so these are called spring wood or early wood. In winters, the metabolic activities are less active. Okay, so they form fewer xylem and with the narrow vessels. And this is how the xylem which are formed there, they will form a ring which is dark color because the cells are that densely packed, narrow in size, cavity is small. So that will form a dark color band. So this dark and light bands, which yesterday's video I have shown you, figure even. So that forms the annual rings by which calculating that we can even predict or we can even get the age of the plant. So these are the two type of wood: the lighter rings, that is spring wood, and the dark ring, that is the winter wood or autumn wood. Okay, the spring wood is lighter in color, and the this thing I already told you, and annual ring also I explained you. Okay, another two terms are there, that is heartwood and sapwood. When we talk about heart is a place when we say, generally we'll say about the heart of the city or heart of the school or heart of the institution or heart of anything. When we talk about, that means we are talking about the center point, the most important point, most conspicuous point. Okay, so when we talk about the heartwood is the wood which is generally found at the center of the stem or root, whatever it is. Okay, and the sapwood is, that is the outside one. Now, what is the difference in that? As we have said, that is the primary xylem is the xylem which is first time formed xylem, and the secondary xylem will keep on pushing the primary xylem inside towards the pith. And we also studied that in due course of time, the primary xylem cells, those cells are choked because of some type of minerals or all. Then what do the plant do? Plant also stored some of their waste material in these xylem tracheids and vessels in the form of tannin, in the form of certain oils, or in the form of some other chemicals, gum, etc. Okay, so this is written here, that is, see, the substances which are stored in these xylem are, that is tannin, resin, oil, gums, aromatic substances. Okay, aromatic substance, that is जिससे खुशबू आती है. Do you know any plant, any stem which give aroma? That is चंदन, जिसको हम कहते हैं. ठीक है, तो sandalwood, that has got some special type of oil which is actually producing smell. Okay, so there are some stem have gum, some have got tannin and resin. Now these substances, they have two impact on the wood, timber, जब हम उसको furniture के लिए काम में लेंगे. ठीक है, when we use that in the furniture, I got a very good example in front of you for the spring wood and autumn wood. You can see this is the duster, and when it is cut a fraction of the stem, you can see the clear distinct regions, dark lines and the light lines. Okay, so these dark rings are actually the winter one, that is the wood which is formed in the winters, and the light one are which are formed in the summers. Okay, ऐसे चलते फिरते भी एग्जाम्पल मिल जाते हैं, बायो और बायो. Okay, so I said that is the initial, that is the older xylem which are pushed towards the center. They are full of renin or not renin, tannin and resin and oils and gums and aromatic substances. They give the strength to the plant. And moreover, when we make furniture or when make anything out of it, so they are not affected by the insects. ठीक है. The termite and other type of insects which generally attack the wood and destroy them, they will not be able to destroy these, because these are the substances which are there which are not good for them. They somehow repel them. So this is how it makes the furniture which are more durable, more long lasting, and even they got good color. Okay, dark color will be. I got some furniture here, but now I can't show you. But you can see in your house also. There are some, the teak wood and the shisham, that is shisham ko kya kehte hain, I don't remember now. So these furniture जो है, they are dark in color and they are long lasting. Generally we have to pay more price for that because of their long lasting durability and strength and all. So since they are found, they are pushed in the center, this primary xylem and the other older xylem, they are pushed in the center, and which are full of these type of chemicals which give them extra strength and protect them from the infections of the insect. These type of wood are called heartwood because they are found in the center, heart, center of the body. Okay, now it is not exactly center, but we term it as the center. Okay, on the other hand, the newly formed xylem, secondary xylem and secondary phloem, they are found, or they are occupying the outer region, outside the cambium or just beneath the cambium, and they are not having this type of deposition, neither tannin nor renin nor oil nor aromatic substance and no gum and nothing. So they are free to allow the transport of material through them. So those are light in color, those are less strong. If you make furniture of that, that will not be having that much of durability, and they can be easily attacked by the insect or other organism. And that is why this wood is given a secondary separate name, that is called sapwood. So the terms are clear: autumn wood and spring wood, heartwood and sapwood. 4 terms. ठीक है, चलिए और पढ़ते हैं. Definition can be asked in this form in exam. Okay, now we are in the secondary growth of cork. Okay, I told you in the last class that is suppose the newly formed stem, the thickness is only this much, and next year it will become thicker, furthermore thicker, and the outermost single layer of epidermis will crack from number of places, and when it cracks, it allows the various type of agents to enter in the plant and damage it. Various type of secretion substances from the plant will ooze out. So it is necessary that it has to be given a secondary protection. So any old tree which you see around your house, old tree which are of it is 4 year, 5 year, 10 years old tree, you will find some bark, some क्या कहते हैं उसको हिंदी में छाल कहते हैं, पेड़ों में से छाल निकलेगी. स्पेशली यू सी नीम ट्रीज एंड बैनियन ट्रीज, इवन एंड दैट यूकेलिप्टस एंड उसमें तो पपड़ी बन के निकल जाते हैं, है ना. तो these आर कॉल्ड bark. Okay, so that is given away year after year, and new bark or new tissues are formed from inside. तो यहाँ क्या हो रहा है? If you see this diagram, this is the bark, second one. ठीक है, you looking at this diagram, you may at once think of neem tree which is growing around your house somewhere. Okay, or wherever in school there are so many neem trees and other places, so you might have seen this type of bark. Okay, and if we cut the cross section of this stem in outer side, this was the single layer of epithelium. See, this is the outermost layer which is cracked open from here. See, this part it is damaged. Why it is damaged? Because the girth is increased. Now these are the parenchymatous cells which may be exposed, and the microorganisms can enter in it, and its substances can ooze out and all. So to prevent these type of things, what happens? Just beneath the epidermis in the parenchyma cortex, some of the cells secondarily change into cambium, and this cambium is called cork cambium. Remember, cork cambium was not present in the beginning. In the beginning it was parenchyma, and the parenchymatous cells switch over to another kind of function, that is meristematic function. So parenchyma is modifying into cambium, and such cambium or such meristem are called secondary meristem, which were not there in the beginning but later on modified. The cambium which was there or the meristem which was there right from the beginning are called primary cambium, and the cambium which is later on developed from some parenchyma or collenchyma cell, they are called secondary. So ये secondary meristem है which is developed from parenchymatous cells of the cortex. Okay, now this cambium is playing a very important role. What is it doing? It is making outside it is making some of the cells which are called cork cells, and inside it is making secondary cortex. You can see here secondary cortex is written, and these are the complementary cells which will be actually making cork. We can read from here. Three terms are there, that is the cork cambium or phallogen. cork cambium को दूसरा नाम क्या दिया? phallogen. word gen जहाँ पे आ जाता है इसका मतलब क्या होता है? to generate. These are generating something. What it is generating? It is generating phalloderm. Okay, and देखते हैं. Usually the cortex region, phallogen is a couple of layers thick, and it is made of narrow, thin-walled, nearly rectangular cells. Phallogen cut off cells on both sides. ये जो cortex है, phallogen या cork cambium, it will be outside it is forming cork, inside it is forming secondary xylem. That little cambium open even in the xylem and phloem also we have studied. Outside it was forming phloem and inside it was forming xylem. So in both the sides the cells are formed. और यहाँ पे the outside cells which are formed they are forming cork, and inside which are forming they are called secondary xylem, secondary cortex. Okay, so phallogen is a couple of layer of thick, and it is made up of narrow, thin-walled, nearly rectangular cells. Phallogen cuts off cells on both the sides. The outer cells are differentiated into cork, and the other name for the cork is phallem. Okay, phallogen से नाम है phallem generating cells, phallogen, and while the inner side it is forming secondary cortex जिसको हम कहेंगे phalloderm. Okay, so the term should be clear to you. The secondary cortex, the cells are near rectangular. तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो ब्रेक वाली लेयर से कैसे भी जम सकते, and outside they will be forming cortex or phallem, cork cells or phallem, and inside again it is forming that is secondary cortex, so that is called phalloderm. Inside it is forming secondary cortex, outside it is forming cork. Okay, so secondary cortex is also known as phalloderm, and cork is also known as phallem. And together these three, what three? That is the phallem and the phallogen and the phalloderm. They will be called periderm. Peri means surrounding, derm means skin or the outermost layer. Phallogen, PH. Phallem spelling that is EM, and phalloderm. They are collectively forming periderm or phallogen. Phallem is also known as cork, and this is also known as secondary cortex. Okay, so ये terms हैं, please be remember all these terms. Okay, so this is the cork, and cork will be taking the place of what you call the outermost epidermis. And as the cork become old, so then it will come out in the form of bark. Okay, again here also it is early cork and the late cork etc. are given. तो देखते हैं, bark is the non-technical term, refers to the tissue exterior to the vascular cambium. Therefore, including the secondary phallem, bark refers to the number of tissues bark जो है वो केवल एपिड कॉर्क नहीं है, बट उसके अंदर क्या क्या चीज़ें आ रही हैं देखिए। फॉलोइंग टिश्यूज कौन कौन सी टिश्यूज हैं, दैट इज पेरिडर्म, सेकेंडरी जाइलम, सेकेंडरी फ्लोएम, bark that is formed early in the season is called early or soft bark, and towards the end of the season that is called late bark. ये end of season and early season जो है ये फॉरेन के हिसाब से टर्म्स है, हमारे यहाँ पे तो ऐसा नहीं होता। हमारे यहाँ पे क्या होगा, दैट इज द समर इज कमिंग समवेयर इन द मंथ ऑफ मई जून एंड द विंटर्स आर कमिंग समवेयर इन द मंथ ऑफ अक्टूबर नवंबर, ठीक है। सो अकॉर्डिंगली द टर्म्स विल बी, तो ये टर्म्स से डोंट बी गेट कंफ्यूज, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टडीज आर डन बाय दोज यूरोपियंस, सो अकॉर्डिंगली दे आर गिवन नेम, so don't get confused by this. At certain region of the phyllogenum cuts off closely arranged parenchymatous cells, तो वो ऐसे कट बना देंगे, एंड दिस कट्स को हम क्या कह देंगे, lenticels, and we have studied the lenticels are again of very important because they are helping in the exchange of gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide for during respiration, and they are also helpful for the transpirational loss and to maintain the body temperature. Okay, so that is all the secondary growth in the by the cork cambium. Now we can know about the secondary growth in roots, and with this the chapter will be over. Secondary growth in root is not shown by the monocot, it is generally shown by dicot. Very few examples are there which even show secondary growth in roots, those perennial plants. तो ये है। दूसरी बात क्या है, सेकेंड थिंग व्हाट यू सी हियर इज दैट इन द सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ ऑफ रूट्स यू डू नॉट फाइंड द कैम्बियम प्रेजेंट राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, सो द कैम्बियम इज डेवलप्ड लेटर ऑन, एंड लेटर ऑन डेवलप्ड कैम्बियम्स आर कॉल्ड दैट इज द सेकेंडरी कैम्बियम। ओके, तो इफ यू सी द क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ द रूट, द outermost layer that is epidermis, then few layer inside, then you will find endodermis, then you find the xylem and the phloem and the xylem, उल्टा बना देते हैं, चौड़ा उसका बाहर के, and then phloem and then xylem and the phloem and the xylem and the phloem. So xylem, phloem are found in the different radius, that is the radial vascular tissue, and here intermediate cells जो है बीच में, ये cells parenchymatous cells है। फर्स्ट ईयर ये ऐसे ही रहेंगे, फर्स्ट ईयर द अरेंजमेंट विल बी देयर। नेक्स्ट ईयर व्हाट हैपेंस, some of the cells of this parenchyma they will start differentiating into cambium, and then they will form a wavy layer इस तरह से, pushing the phloem outside and xylem inside, pushing the xylem inside and phloem outside. You can see in the diagram here, if you got to see clearly, you can see ये xylem है जो रेड कलर में दिखे हैं, और यहाँ पे phloem है ना, प्राइमरी phloem, and a ring is formed which is separating the phloem, pushing the phloem outside and xylem inside, and due course of time this ring will become near circular, अभी wavy है, but in due course of time this will form near circular। ये देखिए आपका एपिडर्मिस, एंड ये है एंडोडर्मिस, एंड दिस इज द कैम्बियम। नाउ देयर इज नो fascicular and interfascicular cambium here, because the cambium was not present in the beginning. Unlike in stem, we find that the cambium was present between the xylem and phloem. Here there was no cambium present in the beginning, later on formed है ये सब, और these were the regions where the phloem were there, and new xylem will form, and यहाँ cambium ले लेते, and here the place where the primary xylem is there. So primary xylem, primary phloem, secondary phloem, secondary xylem, and the cambium. So cambium forms a continuous ring. Okay, and then year after year it will go on adding new phloem outside and new xylem inside. So the vascular bundle, which was initially radial vascular bundle, later on it formed collateral vascular bundle. ओके, जब वो नया नया बनाया प्लांट तो वो सब कैसे थे, xylem and phloem were lying on the different radii. But later on what we find that the xylem phloem is lying here and xylem are lying here, and in between there is a cambium. So it will just become just like a stem, vascular tissue of the stem. So this is the secondary growth in roots. So with this we come to the end of the chapter. Let us see the question answer. 10 minutes time I have got. State the location and function of the different type of meristem. There are 3 types of meristem we have studied on the basis of location. The apical meristem which are found at the tip, and their function is to increase the height of the plant. The intercalary meristem are found at the base of the buds. So this will be giving rise bud. They will help in the growth of the bud. The bud can be a branch, bud can be a leaf bud or the floral bud or whatever. So accordingly the extension will be there. And the third one is the lateral cambium, a lateral meristem, which is also known as cambium, which is found between xylem and phloem, which is responsible for increasing the girth of the plant by giving new sets of xylem and phloem. Okay, so this is generally found in those plants which are there for many years. Similarly, then other cambiums which are formed later on are, that is the cork cambium and the cambium which are found in the roots, and interfascicular cambium. Okay, question number 2. Cork cambium forms tissue that forms cork. Do you agree with this statement? Explain. Of course, cork cambium is the phallogen which is forming the phallum outside. Okay, and the phallum is later on changed into cork. Question number 3. Explain the process of secondary growth in the stem of a woody angiosperm with the help of a schematic diagram. So you will have to draw all these diagrams. So याद कर लीजिए बच्चे, in this chapter there are lot of diagrams, and only these diagrams can save you. If you don't learn diagram, forget it. ये चैप्टर आपके दिमाग में घुसने वाला नहीं है. जाइलम, चाहे वो आपने टिश्यूज शुरू में टिश्यूज पढ़े हों, पेरेन्काइमा, कोलेनकाइमा, स्क्लेरेन्काइमा, जाइलम, ट्रैकिड, वेसल्स, ट्रैकिड्स के अलग अलग पैटर्न्स अपने पढ़े हैं, एन्युलर है, रेटिकुलर है, क्या स्पाइरल हैं, एम्पिटेड हैं, एंड ऑल दीज दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर देम ओनली विद द डायग्राम. ठीक है. देन वी हैव स्टडीड द हिस्टोलॉजी ऑफ द स्टेम एंड द रूट, फर्स्ट रूट एंड देन स्टेम, and then leaf, and then secondary growth. So many diagrams. Okay, so without the help of diagram you cannot do this chapter. So schematic diagram, you will have to show the earliest arrangement when a plant is new. The fascicular cambium is there, interfascicular cambium is not there, medullary rings are there. Later on what happened, when first year is passed, then second year onwards they need a growth of secondary growth. Then what happened, the fascicular cambium forms interfascicular cambium in the line from the medullary ray, and this is how they form a continuous ring of cambium. That is called cambium rings. Cambium rings will be made up of fascicular and interfascicular in alternate fashion. Then this cambium rings forms a new set of phloem outside and new set of xylem inside, which is pushing the primary xylem right inside and primary phloem outside. In due course of time primary phloem तो गायब हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि phloem is a soft tissue, not like xylem. Okay, xylem have got tracheids and vessels which have got thick depositions, तो आप उसको दबा नहीं सकते हैं, वो खराब नहीं होते हैं. They do not damage or destroy or क्या कहते हैं, squeezed. Okay, question number 4. Draw illustrations of to bring out the anatomical difference between monocot and dicot stem. तो आप डायग्राम बनाएंगे, ड्रॉ बनाने के लिए लिखा है, and then you have to write the differences between the monocot and dicot root. We have studied that monocot root, very few root hairs are there, generally they are absent. Dicot roots, root hairs are present. And then there is no difference in the cortex, there is no difference in the endodermis, there is no difference in the pericycle. Then the difference comes in the vascular bundle. In monocot the vascular bundles are many, वो 5 and above हो सकते हैं, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 कितने भी हो सकते हैं. And monocot they are generally 4 to 6. ठीक है. एंड देन नेक्स्ट विल सी दैट इज द मोनोकोट जो है, सॉरी, एंड डाइकोट 4 to 6. ओके. एंड देन मोनोकोट स्टेम जो है दे विल नॉट शो सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ, तो वो हमेशा क्लोज रहेंगे. डाइकोट विल शो सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ, सो वो ओपन रहेंगे. मोनोकोट स्टेम एंड डाइकोट स्टेम आई हैड गिवन हियर द 10 differences. You can go back to that video and find from that. Cut a transverse section of a young stem of the plant from your school garden and observe it under the microscope. तो हम करेंगे प्रैक्टिकल में जब भी आप पधारेंगे. ठीक है. How would you ascertain whether it is monocot stem or dicot stem? मोनोकोट स्टेम जो होंगे उसके अंदर यू विल फाइंड दैट इनसाइड द एपिडर्मिस it is complete ground tissue, no endodermis, no steel, and the vascular bundles are haphazardly distributed. Whereas in dicot you will find that the vascular bundle, the tissues are very well arranged. There will be epidermis, and then there will be hypodermis, and then there will be cortex, endodermis, pericycle, and then inside the vascular bundles are found in the definite arrangement. So vascular bundles are well arranged in dicot, and they are haphazardly distributed in monocot. Question number 7, why are xylem and phloem called complex tissue? Because they are made up of more than one type of cells. The xylem has got 4 types of cells: xylem trachea, xylem vessel, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fiber. Phloem has got 4 types of cells, that is sieve tube, cambium cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem sclerenchyma. Question number 8, what is stomatal aperture? The epidermal cells of the leaves modify at certain places in the bean shaped or dumbbell shape only in the grass, bean shaped in most of the plant, and they have a thick deposition of the inner side, and rest all the membranes are, cell wall is thin. So when they get inflated, they create a gap in between, that is called stomata. So that is the stomatal aperture. Explain the structure of the stomata with the label diagram. So the label diagram is given in the book. In the tissue system part you can draw that. Name 3 basic tissue system in the flowering plant. तो 3 होते हैं, 3 क्या? सबसे पहला एपिडर्मल टिश्यू सिस्टम, एंड द सेकेंड वन इज ग्राउंड टिश्यू सिस्टम, एंड द थर्ड इज वेस्कुलर टिश्यू सिस्टम. ठीक है, तो नाम तो दे दिया साहब. अब क्या, गिव द टिश्यू नेम अंडर ईच. उसके अंदर क्या क्या मिलते हैं? तो क्या क्या मिलते हैं? एपिडर्मल में तो एपिडर्मल मिलेंगे, सम मॉडिफिकेशन विल बी देयर, दैट इज द रूट हेयर और द स्टेम हेयर और द स्टोमेटा, दैट इज गार्ड सेल्स. एंड the ground tissue will have parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma, and in the vascular tissue system you will have xylem and phloem. How to study the plant anatomy? How is the study of plant anatomy useful to us? So just if you got a log, you got a twig, you got any part plant of a plant, you can find out and you can tell whether it is a monocot plant or a dicot plant. Then you can even tell that is how old the plant is. It can even help us to know that how old the tree is. Okay, so all these are helpful. All these are the things which are giving us a clue, or which is useful for the study of anatomy. Question number 11, what is periderm? Periderm is the outermost layer, that is outside the endoderm, is whatever layer are found in a old plant, that is called periderm. Periderm is consist of 3 layers. The outer cork or phellem, and second is phellogen, that is cork cambium, and the third is secondary cortex, जिसको हमने कहा phelloderm. ठीक है, तो they are collectively form periderm. How does the periderm formation take place in the dicot stem? Just now I said, as the plant become old, the epidermis crack open from number of places. During that time, some of the parenchymatous cells later on modifies into meristematic cells. Now it is called phellogen. Phellogen will carry on their metabolic activities, cell division activities, and they will form the phellem outside, which will be later on known as cork, and inside they will be forming what you call secondary cortex. Question number 12, describe the internal structure of dorsoventral leaf with the help of a label diagram. तो हमने देखा है डॉर्सोवेंट्रल लीफ की दोनों साइड में एपिडर्मिस होती है. अपर एपिडर्मिस has got lesser number of stomata, lower has more number of stomata. Then just beneath the upper epidermis you will find a few layer of columnar cells, they are called palisade cells, and then the lower side में it is called the spongy tissue. Lower epidermis got large number of stomata and air pockets in between the spongy tissue. Come to the vascular tissue, you will find that the central one is the large vascular tissue, other veins जो होती हैं वो छोटी होती हैं, so the vascular tissues will be less. The vascular tissue is guarded by sclerenchymatous sheath, so that is known as the vascular bundle sheath. And then inside you will find that some metaxylem and some protoxylem, and lower to that is the phloem. Phloem is found towards the ventral side. So that is what the structure is, and all the diagrams you have to learn. Then only you will be able to do this chapter. Next we shall start with chapter 8. 7th हम नहीं पढ़ेंगे, 8th chapter हम पढ़ेंगे कल. Thank you children. Good day.